MCL News this morning, President Muhammadu Buhari departs Nigeria for London today. President Buhari nominates Kingsley Obiora as new CBN Deputy Governor. Heartland wins Eimba. Good morning, welcome to MCL News. I'm Ruth Ohams. Thanks for joining us. And President Muhammadu Buhari will depart Abuja today for London to participate in the inaugural UK-Africa Investment Summit, holding on Monday, 20th of January 2020. Hosted by the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the event is expected to bring together African leaders, international business chief executives, and heads of international organizations to create new partnerships that will deliver more investments and jobs to the benefit of people and businesses in African countries and the United Kingdom. Apart from highlighting new perspectives on UK-Africa Partnership for Prosperity, issues of sustainable finance and infrastructure, trade and investment, future African growth sectors, and clean energy and climate are expected to dominate presentations and discussions during the summit. According to Femi Adesina, President Muhammadu Buhari spokesman, with the expected takeoff of the African Continental Free Trade Area in mid-2020, the London Investment Summit will provide Nigeria with the opportunity to project itself as a leading investment destination for new industries. He stated further that the summit will deepen Nigeria-United Kingdom investment ties post-Brexit, given that Africa currently represents just 2% of British trade activity, with Nigeria accounting for only 10% of that totality. President Muhammadu Buhari will be accompanied to the summit by Governors Yahaya Bello, Muhammad Inuwa Yahaya, and Okeze Ikpeazu of Kogi, Gombe, and Abia states, respectively. Also on the presidential entourage are the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Nia Debayo, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, the National Security Advisor, Major General Babangana Bonguno, retired, and the Director General, National Intelligence Agency, Ambassador Ahmed Rufai Abubakar. He added that President Muhammadu Buhari is expected in Abuja next Thursday. And President Muhammadu Buhari has sent the name of Dr. Kingsley Obiora to the Senate for confirmation as Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Buhari's nomination of Obiora was contained in a letter sent to the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan. Obiora, on confirmation by the Senate, replaces Dr. Joseph Nnanna, who retires on 2nd of February 2020. Dr. Obiora holds a bachelor's degree in economics and statistics from the University of Benin, a master's in economics from the University of Ibadan, and a doctorate in monetary and international economics also from the University of Ibadan. He is currently an alternative executive director in the International Monetary Fund in Washington, D.C., United States of America. And the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Chief Timipe Silva on Thursday disclosed that the federal government is set to discourage the use of premium motor spirit, PMS, also known as petrol, for transportation. Addressing newsmen in Abuja, Silva noted that payment of subsidy on petrol was taking a huge toll on finances of the country, and the government was working on encouraging Nigerians to use the compressed natural gas as fuel for transportation. Silva explained that the introduction of CNG as an alternative fuel will crash the cost of transportation and play a crucial role in eliminating the huge burden of subsidy payment. And the federal government has adopted Nigeria First as a new foreign policy, noting that the shift is meant to reflect domestic realities. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, who disclosed this to newsmen in Abuja on Thursday, explained that the President, Muhammadu Buhari, would focus on 9 key priority areas in his second term. According to him, the focus areas include building a viral economy, enlarging agricultural output, energy sufficiency, expansion of transport and infrastructure, expanding business growth, entrepreneurship and industrialization. Others are expanding access to quality education, affordable health care and productivity of Nigerians, enhance social inclusion, reduce poverty and build systems to fight corruption, improve governance and create social cohesion and improve security for all. Highlighting the new foreign policy thrust, Onyama stated that the government is of the opinion that a realistic foreign policy should reflect domestic realities. The minister further said if the nation adopts ecocentric circle methodology, the first priority will be Nigeria's contiguous neighbors such as Benin, Cameroon, Chad and Niger. Onyama advised foreign ambassadors and heads of missions accredited to Nigeria to always engage the government through the normal diplomatic channels. And the national grid on Thursday experienced its first collapse in 2020, resulting in blackout across the country. The Transmission Company of Nigeria confirmed the development in a statement on its Twitter page. According to TCN, there was a system disturbance which occurred at about 12:34 p.m. affecting some parts of the country. As of 1:10 p.m., supply was restored in Abuja and most parts of the affected areas. And TCN assures Nigerians it is still working to completely restore and stabilize the nation's grid. Ikeja Electric, which also confirmed the grid collapse in a statement on its Twitter account, said another collapse of the grid occurred at 2:15 p.m. after the previous incident. The national grid collapsed more than 10 times in 2019. Abia State Governor Gezi Bazo has applauded the efforts of the military at ensuring that the lives and territorial integrity of the nation is maintained. He called for more appreciation for the service of the armed forces in the nation and encouraged towards the sustenance of peace and unity. The governor stated this at the Armed Forces Remembrance Day held at Eagle Square, Omaha. The report.
Governor Gezi Bazo said that the collective efforts of the armed forces in protecting national and global integrity against war, banditry, kidnapping and crimes cannot be overemphasized. Represented by his deputy Udo Okochukwu, the governor noted that the event should rekindle the love and unity for one another, which he described as the modest and perfect mortalization of the fallen heroes. He assured that the state will not relent in appreciating and commending the Nigerian Legion, military and other security agencies that are poised to ensure that Abia is peaceful, secured and united. He used the forum to reaffirm the commitment of the state government to continually support the military.
As we celebrate today's event and perform this solemn celebration of laying our wreaths of pain, agony, grief, and honor at the foot of the unknown soldier. It is in remembrance of the service of our loved nation that we receive from the Nigerian Armed Forces and the peace and unity we enjoy in the nation.
Ambrose Nnabugo, Chairman, Nigerian Legion, Abia State Chapter, explained that the day is set aside to celebrate the sacrifices of the fallen heroes in their efforts at protecting the nation and also encourage serving officers in protection of the Nigerian state. He commended the federal government for giving her best to ensure the comfort of the officers, but noted that there abound a lot of challenges to be tackled. He called for appreciation of the sacrifices made and encouragement to all the living officers and retired ones.
the care for Nigerian Legion is not a sole responsibility of the federal government, because the military is not the military of the federal government. They are the military for Nigeria. So even you owe a responsibility, you owe a gratitude, you owe a form of appreciation, you owe appreciation to members of Nigerian Legion. So it's not just the government thing, it's a thing for all Nigerians, not just all Nigerians, everybody doing business in Nigeria, everybody resident in Nigeria.
The program featured rat laying and prayers for the fallen heroes and families. Nora Okafor, MCL News.
Still to come on MCL News, Government Basel kicks off medical mission in 3 zones, distributes mobility cards. Heartland wins Aimba FC. Details of these and more after the break. Please stay with us.
Alright, I'll get back to you. Welcome.
We are here for the result.
Wow, the lab results.
Yes.
Okay. Where is this man? She has malaria.
Malaria?
Yes.
What do you think should be prescribed?
We prescribe Casimir tablet.
Casimir tablet?
Yes, Casimir tablet.
Casimir tablets get at letter and limit from 3 for inside. Casimir tablets now Maxim Laboratories Private Limited for India. They make them, but na Grace-based pharmacy and store limited. And then they distribute Casimir tablets for here. Casimir tablets get NAFDAC approval for take fight malaria, comot your family.
Casimir tablets, na correct anti-malaria.
Casimir tablets, it dey stop every malaria.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
When I ask you to use top rank insecticide.
Top rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves top rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use top rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night's rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top rank insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111 2348 or 090 960 22577. Top rank insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
Welcome back and you're still on to MCL News. Thanks for staying with us. The Office of the Governor of Abia State has embarked on a medical mission and distribution of mobility cards to physically challenged indigents of the state. The distribution of Abia Central was held at the Primary Health Center, Nkogo, in Omaha North local government area of the state. The report.
The program coordinator, Mike Elena, in an opening speech, applauded the governor for such a feat. He said the mobility card distribution and free medical services is organized in all the 3 zones of the state. Abia South held on Monday, 13 January 2020 at Primary Health Center Umeke Ohanze, Obinwa local government area, while Abia North was held on Wednesday, 15 January 2020 at Isukwato General Hospital, Isukwato local government area. He explained that this is the 6th shipment of medical equipment from Abians in the diaspora to help Abians who are unable to meet their medical needs as part of their collaboration with Abia's Health Ministry.
The government has consistently been collaborating with our people in diaspora to bring in medical supplies, equipment, and these mobility cards. This is the 6th container of such shipments that have come from United States and UK. And the previous ones have been evenly distributed to members of our community from the primary to tertiary health care centers.
Governor Okeze Ikpeazu, handing over the mobility cards and flagging off the medical mission, said he is humbled and challenged whenever he has to address those living with disabilities. He highlighted that the best way to celebrate the joy of his victory at the Supreme Court is to share his time with them and encourage them to see themselves as same with others created by God. The governor charged them to consistently hold on to God despite their issues and prayed they live the best of their lives. He assured that they are continually in the prayers and plans of his administration.
I feel particularly sad. Mamunde Naganala. So Iola Ngeme as a person and as a government. Ehu Nanda Naganala Lita. Achatra Yegere Haka issue from one place through a bozo. Otuni Meha Katuta Yageri.
Speaking on behalf of the physically challenged in the state, Ngozi Nwagolo thanked the governor for initiating the concerts and making them part of his administration. She used the forum to call on those representing them at the State House of Assembly, National Assembly and philanthropies in the state to take a clue from the governor.
We thank you very much for having persons with disability at heart and also demonstrating the integration of persons with disabilities into the society.
The high point was the flag off of the medical mission and distribution of the mobility cards to the physically challenged. Laura Okafor, MCL News.
Modern Communications Limited MCLtv has continued to receive commendations for its excellent performance in television broadcasting. Especially received kudos for the proficiency in which one of his breakfast program, Good Morning Abia, has exhibited in its programming for the past 10 years it has been on airwave. Reverend Father Jude Nwobani, who is one of the regular and pioneer guests of the program, gave the commendation while receiving an award marking the 10th year anniversary of Good Morning Abia from the Managing Director of MCLtv, Engineer Gichuku Ibunyoku. The report.
Following the celebration marking the 10th year anniversary of Good Morning Abia, MCL Television has continued to appreciate some of their guests who are part of the success story of the program. One of such personalities is Reverend Father Jude Nwobani. Presenting the award to Reverend Father Jude Nwobani, the Managing Director and CEO of MCL Television, Engineer Gichuku Ibunyoku thanked him for his efforts and contribution to Good Morning Abia, which he said contributed immensely to the success story of the program. He quickly reminded him that the management of MCL Television appreciated all his efforts and ideas, hence the award.
This award is a recognition of the Reverend Father Jude Nwobani as a pioneer guest on Good Morning Abia. It was awarded to you this day, 13th December 2019. Congratulations. Signed by my humble self. And I hereby present this award to you. Thank you very much.
Responding, Reverend Father Jude Nwobani, whose gladness was visible, thanked the management team of MCLtv for the recognition and the honor done him. He prayed God to continue to sustain MCLtv on his stride to remain afloat on airwave despite challenges facing the broadcasting industry in the country.
I feel happy and I feel recognized. You know, there's nothing about life other than recognition. I want to say thank you first of all, and also thank those who have also contributed, those who were quickly responded when I invited them. I wish MCL to grow higher and greater, and you know, just like the seed of the mustard, it has been planted. Forward ever, backward never. MCL yesterday should not be MCL today. Adding many things, many plumages to their feather, and both in the staffing, in the training, in the professionality, and every other thing they do, and also in making people come to see that the media is not just for entertainment. It is for learning, it is for growth, it's for economy, it is for even going to heaven. You go to heaven through your work, the work you do.
Good Morning Abia Breakfast Show celebrated its 10th year anniversary on 13th December 2019. Isn't it one for MCL News?
In our talking sports, Heartland FC has won reigning champions, Super Eagles Nigeria Professional Football League champions Enyimba of Aba on Wednesday evening. Goalkeeper Ike Chukwuezonwa made a crucial penalty stop in the first half to set Heartland on the road to a famous 2-0 win away to Enyimba FC. Ezonwa denied his former teammate Stanley Dimba from the spot in the 26th minute, and his Heartland teammates built on from there, finding the back of the net through Sadiq Abubakar and Chukwuemeka Obioma in the 30th and 45th minute. Enyimba did all they could in the second half to claw their way back into the match day 15 game, but they met a brick wall in Ezonwa, who made further crucial saves in the second half to earn his second clean sheet in the row against teams from Abia State. Both sides retained the core of players that secured wins in different competitions on Sunday. Heartland had the first sniff of goal in this oriented derby. In the 6th minute in form, Abiodun Thompson latched onto a huge clearance by Ayolua Adetola, but his efforts came off the foot to post with Enyimba goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali already beaten. A key moment of the game will come midway through the half when Enyimba's intricate play was rewarded with a penalty after Heartland defender Jide Williams tripped Ruben Bala inside the penalty box. As to talking sports, Alauddin Bani scored the brace in New York, one in each half to condemn Akwa United to their first home loss in more than a year. First, in the 26th minute, he found a space in the box to slot behind hapless goalkeeper Efala in goal for Akwa United. Both centre-backs Dennis Inya and Gaspar Igudia stood ball watching, and the Bani scored. 4 minutes after the break, as Akwa United pushed for an equalizer, Kwara countered from a corner. And with the ball at the feet of Dambani, he took his time to pick a spot in the slot behind Jean Efala in goal for Akwa United. The last time Akwa United lost a home game was in 2018-2019 season against Economy in the early stages of the last season. The encounter ended 1-0. And that is the size of our news package for this morning. But before we go, a recap of our main stories. President Muhammadu Buhari will depart Abuja today for London to participate in the inaugural United Kingdom Africa Investment Summit holding on Monday, January 20, 2020. And President Muhammadu Buhari has sent the name of Kingsley Sitwa Obiora to the Senate for confirmation as Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. And in the world of sports, we're glad to report that Heartland has won reigning Super Eagles Nigeria Professional Football League MPFL champions Enyimba FC of Aba on Wednesday evening. And that was news. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Do join us at 1 p.m. for our news update. And just stay tuned for Good Morning Abia. I am Ruth Hams. To have a wonderful day.